A lot, probably. So being able to listen to other people do different conversations, I was able to focus on my topic and then get other people on there as well.
Okay, great.
I felt like it was more enjoyable. I was able to interact with people more often instead of just sitting there in a droll environment, listening to someone talking and then just repeating the information back to them. I actually got the chance to learn a little bit and add my own little stuff into it.
Great, great.
I would love to see more group projects, more interaction with people.
Okay, so the interaction, a little bit deeper knowledge.
Yeah, a little more action, more people working together, talking with each other. I find it helps.
I liked it better because we actually got to, talk to our classmates rather than just sitting, writing down notes. And I liked it better because we actually learned and participated together versus like just one-on-one. And I kind of learned more through that than just taking notes.
So a little bit deeper knowledge.
Learned a lot. I mean, I knew what the theories were, but it's shocking how actually in depth that some of those things ran. And even though that there wasn't a lot of physical evidence, like the LBJ theory was suspected that.
Right. So you were able to learn a lot of different perspectives from your peers and from their research as well.
The four of us who were assigned in our group, we each got a certain section. So, for example, I did the Who's. So I explained who Lee Harvey Oswald was, who JFK was, who Jack Ruby was, and what the Warren Commission was.
Okay, so some of the key player elements.
Exactly,
in the
who
course.
was who.
Okay, and then kind of going along with that, what type of research and how long did it take you to get all the group information together?
Some of us went to the library, some of us did online research, and a few of us in the class actually went to the 6th floor museum at the Texas Book Depository.
Great, so you got some hands-on practical experience.
Exactly.
So what did you learn from the discussions from your own group and the other students in the classroom?
We learned from our group who the key players were and pretty much all of the facts surrounding that day and surrounding the JFK presidential term and the assassination. And then what we learned from other groups were different theories. For example, the Lyndon Baines Johnson theory, the mob theory, and we learned how each of these different theories intertwined with how the assassination played out.
Right, so more of a holistic picture from different views.
So that getting a hands-on experience is more productive in the learning process, because when you're sitting there taking notes for hours on end or several different class times, you become bored and you tend to go off to La La Land. You just see what's on the board and say, oh, and you write down what's on the board. But when you get your hands-on experience, you're like, wow, this is really neat. So it gives you the approach of, wow, this actually happened in history. It's not just in a book.
Our group set up a field trip to the 6th floor museum down in Dallas, and we actually went through and did the whole tour for 45 minutes to an hour to learn kind of the setting and what actually happened there. That was our primary research, and then we did some on our own outside of that.
Okay, so you got some hands-on practical application.
It was really cool.
What all did you learn from the discussions in class between your group and then the other groups as well?
I learned a lot about the assassination itself. I hadn't done a whole lot of research into it myself, and learning all of the different conspiracy theories that the different groups brought up was really cool. It's a lot more fun. I enjoy doing the hands-on stuff more than just the note-taking, because honestly sometimes note-taking you can fall asleep really easy in class. This not so much, because it's on you to do the work and come in prepared. The hands-on stuff, again, is a whole lot more helpful than just having to listen to someone lecture.
We put in a lot of research. We mainly focused on, we figured out what our assignment was, which was Secret Service shooting, and then after we got all our information, we went and looked for more information on other groups on how they can try to debunk us or how they can try to prove us wrong. So we have both angles.
So a variety of insight from different aspects. Okay, and what did you learn during your group discussion and then hearing from the other groups as well?
I learned that there's a lot of theories that could possibly happen, that not just one theory is more prominent than the other. I like this one a lot better. I'm more of a hands-on learner, so with me going through and researching and finding out my own information is a lot better than me just sitting down and taking a note and learning from just someone talking to me. I feel like I'd learn a lot more. I feel like I'd apply this more to my life.
More practical application.
The fact that it was more hands-on made me have to participate as opposed to getting bored and falling asleep or thinking about other things. It's definitely more interesting when you're part of the teaching and the discussion and the researching versus just reading notes to study for a class and cramming at the last minute. I hate group projects, but this one was fun because of how it was administered and how we had to then turn it back